Good evening, my friends. This afternoon when Paparao ji called me and said, introduce this eminent educator, educationist. There is something common between you. I went through it. I couldn't find anything except one, which I'll come to you last. He is a professor Mr. Bala Mohan Das, former professor of management studies of Andhra University, former vice chancellor of the Aacharya Nagarjuna University. We have one thing in common. In school, he felt that wasting time in sitting in classes, 8th, 9th, 10th, like that. He went straight to matriculation. I also had to drop out of a school for some personal reason, but I also did something similar. So we have something in common there. That ends there. And looking back, he did his graduation with flying colors, post-graduation, took to teaching at the early age of professor at 31. And he was the youngest professor of India in the university system at that time. That's somebody whom you can be proud of to be with us. Published 13 books, 110 research papers. Indian Industrial Economy got into 12 editions. I've never even read 13 books, so there is dissimilarity. One thing again in common is he talks about Ananta Vinayaka. I always say whatever I am today, it is he, the Vinayaka. I say it at least 1,000 times a day. When I sit, I'll say Vigneshwara. When I get up, when I drive, when I go home, when I open the book, it's with me all the time. Maybe if you find another happy person like me, or I'm like him, believing in that Vinayaka. Many administrative positions he occupied, including in charge VC, and then the vice chancellor of the Nagarjuna University, privilege of associating with personality boards of UPSC. Perhaps we have good, eminent IAS officers, IPS officers today because a person like him could recruit such eminent IAS officers today. That's something which is another creditable performance of his. Retired but not retired. Another similarity between Swaminathan and Mr. Bala Mohan Das. I don't retire. God will decide when I retire. It's my policy. President of Gandhi Center, Visakhapatnam. And then he tried to not to separate Andhra, Telangana, but I think the politics took over more than what he could do. And he's happily married to Vasanta. He has children abroad. Then I found that one similarity is we both were born on the 15th of August, 1947. So I used to always say, why should I celebrate my birthday? The country celebrates. So I can join him in saying that we both are gifted. We are living in a gifted country like India. Thank you, sir.
Sir, now the stage is yours.
Thank you, Swamiji, for introducing me and also pointing out the similarities that we had. It shows the innovative approach of Rotary Club Madras East, finding out the same person who is born like the speaker to introduce the speaker as such. Thank you very much. I've been a teacher by choice, and your first lady, Gayatri, is the daughter of my good friend, my childhood friend, Mr. Sitaram Anjaneyulu, who is also here. So my niece's husband is the president of this Rotary Club. When I congratulated him that he has become a president, Uncle, can you come down sometime, he said. Yes, I will come down. So I am here along with my wife, Vasanta, at the invitation of your president, authorized by all of you. So nice of you for giving me a time of 30 minutes today. I've been a teacher, usually taking a subject at Andhra University for 1.5 hours. So I don't want to take that time. Rotary is so punctual, I know. You started on dot at 7 o'clock, the program. So you will end at the program as per your schedule. And if I miss my time, if I exceed my time, please give a clap so that I will stop. Ananta Vinayakadudu, which has already been referred, the book that has been written by me 10 years ago in Telugu. When I was sitting in Moscow for 3 months, I wrote that book. In Moscow it is written. And luckily for me, God Ananta Vinayaka blessed me to see that the book is translated into several languages. It has come in English, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, Punjabi, Marathi, Malayalam is shortly coming. So I will be giving 1 or 2 books to the people here. I have been blessed by Ananta Vinayaka by this. Rotary International, I don't want to tell anything new to you about Rotary International. You know better than me. I think a vision of one man, the Chicago attorney Paul Harris, I think 1905, professionals of diverse backgrounds exchanging ideas from meaningful and lifelong friendships extended to humanitarian services. I'm happy to know that you have the world over 1.4 million members in 200 countries, and your international president for the first time a woman. Today is another distinction this year. I always go for the 4-way test, which you are familiar in. Whatever I do, I always take that as such. I am not a member of Rotary Club, but then I have addressed many Rotary Clubs number of times across the country, including Tamil Nadu. I think long ago I addressed Coimbatore, Chennai, and even Tirunelveli. And then, if you will come to your Imagine Rotary theme, dream big and take action, and a logo, theme, all these I don't want to tell anything. I have very good friends in Rotary who have occupied the district governor positions across the country. And I had the privilege of recognizing the services of one Rotary district governor, Mr. Vadlamani Ravi of Guntur, by conferring honorary doctorate on Uma Maheswara Rao when he was just 50 years in the year 2006 when I was the Vice Chancellor. I am the only Vice Chancellor in India who recognized Rotary services by giving a honorary doctorate. I think you can check it up. Okay. Sheep. The word workmanship, craftsmanship, salesmanship, sportsmanship, entrepreneurship, then friendship, statesmanship, companionship, relationship, presidentship, vice chancellorship, scholarship, leadership. When I come across these words, I feel, what is this sheep? English is such a long way. When I asked one of my good friends in the English department of Andhra University, he said, go and see the dictionary. Why you are asking me? When I looked at the dictionary, it said, ship is a vessel, a large ocean-going one propelled by sails on engines. And it's also said, a native English suffix of nouns denoting condition, character, office, skill, etc. I was not happy. I think all the explanation is not there. I've been asking many of my friends, what is this? I couldn't get any, acceptable answer from any one of them. Once I was traveling with a Swamiji sitting by my side in an aeroplane. I asked Swamiji, what is this ship? Can you give me further explanation of why this ship is added to this? He said, do you read Vedas? I said, I don't read Vedas, but now and then I refer. So, Kali Yugam, today is this, we are in Kali Yugam. What happens after Kali Yugantam? After Kali Yugantam, 70% of water will engulf 30% water on this planet. So everything will be water. So ultimately what happens? People who have done some punyam, like Rotary Club people, I think you have claimed many appreciable service activities, Rotary. And many other people also would be there who have done some good things. Lord Mahavishnu comes with a ship. And that ship, he will invite all these people who have done good service to the ship, and you will be transferred to the Satya Yuga, next Yuga. That is the meaning of ship. So ship is to save people who have done good things. And leadership, Rotary's main aim is make the Rotarians leaders. So I was little convinced, but if you have any more convincing answer for this, I will be happy and thank you very much. What is leadership? Lots of definitions are there. I don't want to repeat all of them for lack of time and even give some also. Somebody said all are leaders. How we are born? We are born out of the maybe combination of a leader's sperm in our father and a fertile egg in our mother's womb. 400 million sperms would be there coming from father to trying in race to fuse with one fertile egg. So all of us are born leaders, speaking that way as such. Concept of leadership, East and West, lots of things are there. I want to tell you Ohio and Michigan State Universities, they have done a lot of research on leadership. They have developed a leadership dictionary, personality traits of a leader. They have listed 17,000 leadership traits. 17,000. That is the latest. I think we are known in this country because in our epic Ramayana, Valmiki defines Rama as the best person, his qualities. Then in Mahabharata, in Bhishma Parva, in Santi Parva, Bhishma Parva, Santi Parva, Lord Krishna takes all these people, Pandavas, asking him to give the lessons of leadership to them. All these are there. And even different styles of leadership are there, like dictatorial, autocratic, bureaucratic, paternalistic, charismatic, democratic, people-oriented, task-oriented, free reign, servant, combination of some based on situation leadership also. But then common man's God, Lord Ganesha. When I entered this hotel, I think my friend told, here is Vinayaka. Everywhere Vinayaka is there. Hardly we find, I think, a house or a hotel or an office, at least in South India. Of course, in Maharashtra, a lot of things are there, without the structure of, I think, idol of Ganapati. Gana means union. Pati means leader. Gana Pati. Vinayaka. 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 V means there is no leader above him. Then Vilakshana Nayaka. All good qualities of leader are there in Vinayaka. When you come to the profile of Lord Ganesha, hardly we find a town or a village or a lane without the image of Ganapati installed in a point of vantage. He is a Shiva, Krishna, Shakti, first to be worshipped, precedence over every other god or goddess. How it is been given, I don't have time to explain. You know very well, a race between Ganesha and Kumaraswamy. Ultimately, Ganesha going around his parents and saying that I have taken bath in all these rivers across the country, across the world. He is casteless, creedless, frontierless, worshipped in many countries. He is mostly secular. Buddhists and Jainists also worship, and Buddha taught Ganapati Hridayam to his follower Anandudu. And it's an odd combination of elephantine head and human trunk, reflecting many leadership qualities. Also we find snakes and rat in his structure. He is worshipped with different names. I think I have many countries, even in Moscow, we have seen a Vinayaka temple when I was writing this, and how he is called in different countries, I had given in this. But for lack of time, I will skip that. Elephant head. I don't need to portray Ganapati there. Every one of us knows elephantine trunk. Why elephant? Why elephant? We all know that the history of elephantine head of Ganesha, a medical miracle of transplanting elephant's head in place of the last human head to the human body by Lord Shiva as his surgeon. I think first transplantation that happened with Ganesha. 84 lakh creatures are there in this world, humans, animals, birds, trees, and so on. We need to learn from all. If you want to learn from animals, read Kautilya. In Kautilya, he gives a lot of qualities that we can learn from animals. Darwin stated that the elephant is the largest and the rat is the smallest among the mammals. Among the mammals, rat is the smallest and elephant is the large. So both of them are represented in Ganesha structure as such. And the elephantine profile, I think it is endangered group now. They move in group. The length is up to 3.5 meters. The tail, its tail is about 1 to 1.5 meters. It weighs 2 to 5 tons. The sexual maturity is about 15 years. Breeding season anytime. Gestation period 22 months. For us is 9 months in our mother's womb, but elephant it is 22 months. Breeding interval up to 5 years. Lifespan up to 70 years. Its skin is thick, wrinkled, and a few stiff hairs. It's a vegetarian, diets grass, tree bark, roots, leaves, sugarcane, banana, coconut, pure vegetarian. It's a stable growth. If you compare the growth of a small elephant which is born just now and a cow, it's a bull, suppose Wangolu bull. After 2 years, you find the elephant is small, bull is big. After 5 years, the same thing will happen. But after 10 years, elephant overtakes the bull calf and the growth would be there. So it is a stable growth for elephant, but for a bull calf is, I think, after some time, it becomes sterile. And meat, I don't know whether one is aware, the meat of different parts of taste different. I think those non-vegetarians don't look at this as a item of eating as such, because I was told that the trunk tastes like human flesh. That is why in tribals, they give for the winner the elephantine, I think, trunk, because it tastes human flesh. Symbolism of elephant: dynamism, power, freedom, knowledge, wisdom, foresight, excellent memory, emotional balance, gratefulness. I can give you examples for each one of them, but I don't give you for the lack of time. Big and broad head. Think big. It implies think big. Your Rotary Club, I think Ramkumar was telling that they have done 60 crores so far. You'll be doing lots of things. So think big. Face radiating happiness. In yoga, those of you who go for yoga training, the trainers advise you when performing yoga, they say, think of an elephant. Think of elephant. Then you'll become big. Pleasant faced. A face in the crowd. I don't know, you have watched your television long ago in Doordarshan, only when Doordarshan was there. That time we used to have a program on Doordarshan, a face in the crowd. A face in this crowd could be 3-4 people. But there could be many people who have crowd in their face. But Lord Ganesha, elephant, is a face in the crowd. Huge skull. Elephant will have a huge skull. Why this skull? That what it represents? It supports its trunk and also tusks, filled with air spaces, sinuses to lighten it, and these cavities allow the elephant to make low growl, to utter a deep sound that goes to few kilometers, Giinkaram. Elephant, when it makes a sound, it's called Giinkaram, goes to kilometers. The elephant symbolism, big brain, our brain, human brain, little variance would be there between the brain of a woman and a man, for humans, and an elephant, it would be weighing 5 kgs. So 5 kgs implies information storage capacity 5 times higher than man. Higher memory power, can remember the voices and smells of men, women also. Can take revenge against those who have done harm to them even after decades. Can distinguish people hunting them or for other purposes. Can know how their physical structure is, can also recognize their reflections in a mirror. After getting in our coat, we look at a mirror. Elephant also can recognize its figure when it sees in the mirror. It has been research-wise found. Can smell your scent when you are 2 kilometers away. Can smell your scent when you are 2 kilometers away. It is said that elephant sensed tsunami 3 days in advance and left for safer places. When tsunami was there a few decades ago, elephants left for safer places. Then big ears, very big ears. Listen patiently to new ideas and suggestions of the followers. Networked with blood vessels to regulate temperature. The blood is cooled as the elephant flaps its ears. If it flaps its ears, automatically it becomes cool. We have fans and air conditioners. Elephant ears themselves are fans and air conditioners for an elephant. Small mouth, speak less, eat less. That is why Rotary people gave only 30 minutes for us, for speakers. Speak less and also eat less. Not that you are serving lots of dishes there, but all of us don't eat everything. They check a choice and take little only. Narrow eyes, deep concentration for task completion, foresight, vision, how much of the future can be brought into the present. That is vision. How much of the future that you are thinking of 2030, how much of it can be brought in 2023? That is the best thing that you should think of, all Rotarians should see. What is going to happen to the world in 2030? And what is that Madras East Rotary Club can do in 2023? That is vision. And big nose, trunk, it's a big nose. Able to poke around inquisitively to grasp different things. I think elephant trunk goes like this. It can move anywhere. It can move any direction, accessible to followers. Ramkumar is accessible to all. So he is an elephantine leader. Yes, because the access, if it's only here my trunk, I'm keeping quite like this. But if trunk goes like this, accessible to all. Capability of sensing even minute things, even from long distances. Can pick even a small pin also. Try to, when you see an elephant in a temple, put them a pin, it will pick it up. And in the form of Om in Tamil, it looks like Om in Tamil, can hold 6 liters of water, often used as a flexible shower house, can uproot trees and carry big loads, help temple construction in the olden days by lifting big stones. Those days, nothing like, today you have lifters, missions, but those days elephants were the things. Small triangular finger at the end enables grasping. Then small mouth, speak less and eat less. Then ekadanta. Ekadanta, we say Ganapati is ekadanta. Ekadanta plus one broken tusk. Reflect pain and gain, pleasure and sorrow. If you want gains, you should undergo definitely pain. That is one indication. Creativity of writing Mahabharata dictated by Vyasa Maharshi, using the broken tooth as a pen and using it as a weapon to kill Mushikasura. So I had to tell you two stories. I don't have time to tell you those stories because Ganapati wrote Mahabharata dictated by Vyasa Maharshi, and this was suggested to him by Narada Mahamuni. And when there was some condition, and according to the condition, he should not stop in between. So the pen did not write. So suddenly he broke his one tooth and then started writing with that, using a tooth as a pen and also using that as a weapon to kill Mushikasura. Tusks grow all through the life, while inner teeth stop growing after a point of time. And tusks are the great in demand for their monetary value. Unfortunately, people are killing these elephants and they become endangered species right now for these tusks. Thick skin. A leader should be thick-skinned. Ramkumar, you have to be thick-skinned. Thick-skinned means both sensitive, at the same time insensitive. Sometimes something will come to you which is not palatable to you. So that time you have to reject it. So you have to be sensitive, at the same time insensitive. So human body now, elephant is over now, human body. Let us come to human body of Ganesha. Big belly. So Lambodara denotes prosperity, patience, capacity to absorb, excellent digestive power, digest properly the voluminous food of information by listening to the followers, assess and keep the desirable and leave the unwanted. So big belly has got lots of meanings, and any leader has to listen to different suggestions, assess them properly, take only the best ones and leave the rest. You have 4 arms. Not 4 arms, sometimes 1,000 arms too. Ganesha is portrayed with lots of hands also. You said you have some 160 members or 180 members. Ganesha may have 4 arms, sometimes 1,000 arms also. So that in management we call it as a span of management. How many people you can have lead. So that based upon that it would be there. Supposing there are 4 span of leadership, can be any number. Denotes creativity and ability to solve any problem by means of 4. Sama, Dama, Danda and Beda. Sama is peaceful approach. Dama is sometimes corrupting, offering money. Danda inflicting punishments. And Beda creating differences. So this is how you use 4 systems of leadership by this. And one hand you find a book denoting knowledge and wisdom. Some people are wise, some people are otherwise. So to which category you want to belong, you should decide. And in one hand you find a weapon, sword, ankusha, pasham. Defensive strength for a leader should be there to support, defend himself and also the followers. So any leader has to have some weapons. Then one hand you find lotus, selfless, born in mud waters with character qualities of integrity, modesty and sacrifice. A lotus is born in mud waters, but there will not be no mud for lotus. Very pious. So like lotus, a leader should be. And one hand you find modaks, steamed rice balls made up of rice flour, indicating carbohydrates, jaggery, zinc, magnesium, potassium, and gingerly seeds, red blood cells, good eyesight, leader to distribute fruits of prosperity to all as prasadam. If you go to Tirupati, you get laddu. You don't eat yourself. You distribute to your fellow friends also. So the prosperity that you have achieved through leadership process to distribute it to all the followers. So I think I was thinking that I was joking to my niece Gayatri, today's tiffin should have been undrallu. You have something else, it doesn't matter. Then serpents, you find serpents all around, because for hands you find as ornament serpents. For even belly also you will have serpents. Why serpents? It's a sacred thread also, serpent. Their ornaments reflect creative talents. Serpents are known for creativity, innovation. Our brain is like a bundle of snakes. I don't know, have you seen the picture of a brain? Our brain looks like a bundle of snakes. And implies dangerous followers could be there. In any group, there could be they seem to be friends, but they will be digging behind you. So you should control them and make these serpent-like followers your ornaments. That Ganesha has done. Small legs, though small, firm, balanced, and steady progress towards the goal. And you find the smallest creature, they don't have a Maruti, Swiggy or standard vehicles like that, but a rat. A rat as a vehicle. And it was called Aninjudu. Achieving gigantic tasks with limited means. In economics and management, I think our friend Suresh knows, getting maximum from minimum is called management. So that is what is done. Lord Ganesha, with a small rat as a mouse, as a vehicle, he can go anywhere in the world. And I think even night, any corner during nights also rats go. Any place, rats can go. So that is why accessible to any place he used it. And now this mouse you are using today for internet is, you are opening to internet all over the world. World Wide Web. www only with mouse. So that indicates Ganesha's preference for this. You find a wooden square on top of this when you perform puja. Bringing the globe into your house is globe, the square that you use there. Puja, a common man god. What you need? You don't need gold. You don't need silver. Clay. Turmeric powder. With this you can make a idol of Ganesha. Okay. So a common man god, icon made up of clay, turmeric powder, prayed with widely available 21 herbal leaves and unripe fruits which have medicinal value. At Nagarjuna University, as the Vice Chancellor, we had 300 acres of land for our university. I created 5 acres Ganapati Herbal Garden, where all 21 leaves would be available there. It is common place. But now in Chennai, even Visakhapatnam, the place I come from, we don't have so many things. Unfortunately, we go to market, whatever available, we'll put them. But when we were children, I think my friend, good friend knows that when we go to the small places like gardens, pick up the trees, the leaves, and then bring in, identify and put this. Siddhi Vigneswara ninnu prasiddhiga pujintu vanaranga niruvadi yokkapatri. Danimma maruvamu darbha Vishnukranta ummetta dorvara uttareni kaluvalu maredu ganneru jilledu devakanchana regu devadaru. Like this we used to say devadaru. What is devadaru? All these 21 are medicinal value plants. So Ganesha, when you do Ganesha puja with those 21 leaves, you become not necessarily an MSc botany, but a botanist. You become a botany expert. And his wife's Siddhi Yeah. Siddhi, Buddhi. Not two wives. Some people say that Vinayaka doesn't have wife. But he has, I think both the things are there. Assuming that he has wives, two wives. Not human fleshy wives. A leader should have Siddhi plus Buddhi. Buddhi is wisdom. As I said, some people are wise, some people are otherwise. So any leader like Ganapati should have Buddhi. Siddhi, fulfilling capability. Leader, the follower comes, sir, this has to be done. If it is worth it, you have to do it. And you should get it done. So that Siddhi is fulfilling capability of the desires of the followers. Then Lakshyam, Labham. Lakshyam, Labham. Two sons. Lakshyam is goal. What is the goal of Rotary Madras East? What is the goal of your firm, your institution? And then profit. Lakshyam is goal, profit is Labham. So he has two sons. If you have all this, his daughter, Santoshi Mata. Santoshi Mata is the daughter of Ganesha. So if you have all this, you will have definitely pleasure as such. So this is where I end like this, but I wanted to, the time permits 2 minutes, okay? Be a leader and not a boss. Because somebody says generally, how are you boss? Don't call like boss. Boss is not a good leader. So boss and leader, I made a distinction here. Boss drives men. Leader inspires them. Boss depends on authority. Leader depends on goodwill. Boss evokes fear. Leader radiates love. And boss says I. Leader says we. Shows who is wrong. Shows what is wrong. Knows how it is done. Shows how to do it. Abuses men. Uses them. Demands respect. Commands respect. Kick the people below him and butter up the people above. Behaves both ways in a balanced manner. Makes work drudgery and leader makes it gay. So friends, I will stop it here. Thank you very much for not clapping. I know I have crossed about 3 to 4 minutes I have crossed, but thank you for not clapping, because if you clap, I would have stopped it. But before I think end my resume to my seat there, I'd like to present 2 books written by me, Lord Ganesha and Ananta Vinayakakuda in Telugu. And based on again this, I also wrote on vehicles of gods, Devatala Vahanalu. I request the President, Mr. Ram Kumar, to accept this. Prabhu Ram, Secretary. This is my book on Ananta Vinayaka in English.
Okay, thank you so much.
And then Suresh Ramanathan, this again book in English. And I find from the invitation, Sujita Aravind, Director Administration. Is here? Yeah, please, thank you. Because I could get your names from the invitation. Yeah, welcome. And then Swamiji, who presented me to the audience, my fellow good person who was born the same day of my born, 15th August. I was born 15th August 47. That is why my name is Mohan Das. Gandhi's name, my parents put it as such. This is my Ananta Vinayaka translated into Tamil Ananda Vinayaka.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Would the audience have any questions for Professor? So I would like to kick it off with a question, sir. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you. You know, that was wonderful and very enlightening. And I was actually there was another very interesting observation, about elephants that you were talking about, right? One, male elephants typically tend to be, operate alone in the herd, whereas female elephants always are part of a herd. And to me, it struck me that there are two aspects of leadership. One is to charter a path of your own, and B, to take everyone else along with you. And so, the female elephant behaves in a certain way in terms of, getting the herd along, and the male elephant also draws, the path that the herd actually takes. So I was just curious to understand from you, is there some kind of a duality in Lord Ganesha that incorporates both aspects of the elephant?
Yeah, lots of things can be interpreted through that. As such, because if supposing that you have a forest, this forest has to be made into a Madras city. What you do? So you bring some elephants, they will create destroy all trees and make it possible for you. And when to do that, I don't know exactly the distinction between the woman elephant and man elephant. I have not studied much about it. Because when we say Ganapati, whether Lord Shiva has put Ganesha head, Gajasura head only. So male elephant head has been put there. But then the symbolism, the features of elephants, lots of things could be there. I think you can guide a PhD thesis on elephant and leadership, lots of things. Maybe, as you rightly said.
So my question was that, there could be some duality to this,
Definitely.
right? So there's both the female and the male incorporated into that one.
Yeah. Could be. Because as I said, the different parts of elephant body taste differently. Some part will taste like a chicken. Some part will taste like in pork. And some human flesh. I'm a vegetarian. Ganesha is a vegetarian.
Questions from the audience?
Yes, Madam. You said Ganapati wrote the Mahabharata. And in the Mahabharata, actually, I don't know whether it's true or not, Krishna prayed to Shiva, right? So is it like the Mahabharata, Ganapati came in after the Mahabharata?
Yeah, Ganapati wrote Mahabharata.
Right.
Because Vyasa wanted to write that. He wanted a stenographer. So it was suggested to him that Ganesha is the best person to write. So he was invited to write, to become a stenographer. He started dictating it. The condition is, Ganapati said, you should not stop in between. He put a condition to Vyasa Maharshi, you should not stop in between. You should dictate it continuously. How many days, how many years, okay, I don't mind. Vyasa Maharshi said, okay, I will continue to, dictate to you, but you should not stop in between. You should not stop in between. So in between, what happened was his pen became, he was using a gantam. Those days, his gantam and palm leaves, he was writing. It broke. It didn't work. So suddenly he said he took it, his tooth and started writing. And that is a story that goes like that. It is real or not, we don't know. I think these are all assumed things. and interpretations like that. So leader using the tooth innovatively as a pen and also as a weapon to kill Mushikasura. So using a tooth, we also use tooth for many things. I think all nails, some people remove their nails only through tooth only. Some people do it, we know. And we are able to chew our food with our tooth only. Lots of things can be done. So the idea is innovatively think about using anything.
I just want to check on the timeline, right? Because I mean, you had Shiva, Krishna, then the Mahabharata happened. After which is when Ganapati would have come and written the Mahabharata.
It doesn't matter.
Just the timeline. Sorry.
All gods are one and the same, that way. Okay. We said Ganesha is Lord Shiva, Shakti, and anything, he said. And our Dasavatara, if you look at that story as such, I think it is a human, evolution that has happened. First tortoise, then, fish, later Vamana Avatara, things like that. Even Dasavatara gives you a lot of history and lessons of knowledge for us to become leaders.
Any other questions?
Just another observation. There are many interpretations, as you said, and perspectives. There are many perspectives and interpretations to Lord Ganesha. I wish you had also touched upon a small story where Kubera had invited him, and he came much before the party used to begin, and started eating even the festoons and all. And ultimately they had to bring his dad, who gave him a little pounded rice.
Yeah, it is there, sir. Because given the time, this is 285 pages on Ganesha. My book is the only comprehensive book on Ganesha after Mudgala Purana. There is Mudgala Purana and Ganesha Purana on Ganesha. And I said that this I could collect. If I look at this book now, I find, did I write? I feel, did I write this? I wrote this in Moscow, in Russia. Those days it was Russia. In 2010, my wife also was accompanying. No books for me to refer. And I used to sleep in the night thinking about the next chapter. Ganesha used to give me the information. So I can't say that I have written this. Ganesha dictated to me and I wrote it.
Any other questions?
Right, sir? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So Ram Kumar wants me to further my knowledge. He gave me Bhagavata Purana.